Welcome back. All right, now it's time for you to practice. I've got 6 problems written down. I want you to pause the video, copy these down. I want you to work them out the same way that I did in the examples that I gave you. And then once you've got it done, I want you to come back and check your answers. If you get them all right, you're done with this video. If you've missed any, you can forward on and see how I work each one out. All right? So pause the video now. Have you paused it? All right. Okay, so now what you see in front of you are the answers in pink. Check your answers. If you've got them all correct, you're great. You can move on to the third video for today. If you've got any of them wrong, watch how I work them out. Okay, so here we go. Number one. Number one says 3a times 4ab squared. I'm sorry, b squared, see? Okay, this is a monomial times a monomial, so it's a 1 by 1. So you just draw your 1 square. I don't know why I made mine so big down there. So we've got 3a times 4ab squared c. Multiply it out. 3 times 4 is 12. A times a is a squared. B squared and c just come down because there's nothing in the other one. That's how I got the answer. Number 2 is 2a squared c times 4a squared bc. Again, a monomial times a monomial, it's still that 1 by 1. So you just draw your 1 square. You've got 2a squared c here, 4a squared bc there. 2 times 4 is 8. A squared times a squared is a to the 4th. B comes down. C times c is c squared. Okay, number 3. Number 3 says 2a times 3c squared plus 4a minus 2. Well, now we have a monomial times a trinomial. So we need a rectangle that's one line divided into 3 groups, right? So we've got our 2a, our monomial there, and then we got 3c squared, 4a, and a negative 2 there. 3 times 2 is 6ac squared. 2 times 4 is 8. A times a is a squared. And 2 times negative 2 is a negative 4a. So therefore, our answer is cac squared plus 8a squared minus 4a. Okay, number 4. 3a squared bc times 2a plus 3bc minus 2a. Again, a monomial times a trinomial. So you're going to have a 1 by 3 rectangle, 1 line by 3 squares. You've got 3a squared bc times 2a, 3bc, negative 2a. So 3 times 2 is 6. A squared times a is a cubed, bc. 3 times 3 is 9. A squared, b times b is b squared, c times c is c squared. 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. A squared times a is a cubed, bc. Well, now you can look here and see, you know what, I think I made a mistake going fast giving you your answers on number 4. I did. I've got to go back and correct that. Let me do that right now before I forget. You've got to combine This one? No, I don't. I didn't make a mistake. Never mind. See, you get, where did I? Oh, that's why I wrote this one wrong down here. There's my mistake. This is a B. So let me fix this one here. I'm so sorry, guys. If I just got you confused, please forgive me. 3 times a negative 2 is a negative 6. A squared. B times B is B squared, and C. You do not have any like terms here because none of these terms have the same exponent for all 3 variables. So there's nothing that you can combine. So you just write this down. So we get 6a cubed bc plus 9a squared b squared c squared minus 6a squared b squared c. There's your answer for number 4. All right, number 5. Well, here I'm going to move the number 6 rectangle down a little bit farther. I did these so that I was prepared for you guys. So number 5 says 3a plus 5, a binomial, times a squared plus 3ac plus 2, which is a trinomial. So this is a 2 by 3 multiplication, which is why I've got a rectangle with 2 rows and 3 columns. Multiply it out. 3a cubed, 5a squared. 3a times 3ac, 3 times 3 is 9, a times a is a squared, c. 5 times 3 is 15, a, c. 3 times 2 is 6, and then a comes over. And then 5 times 2 is 10. Now if you look here, again, there are no like terms in this multiplication. None of them have the same variable with the same exponent for all of their variables. So you just write it out. 3a cubed plus 5a squared plus 9a squared c plus 15ac plus 6a plus 10. And you just put it on out there. There's your answer. Okay, now our final practice problem, number 6, was 2a minus 1, which is a binomial, times 3a squared minus 2a plus 5, which is a trinomial, which is why I have a 2 by 3 rectangle, right? 2 by 3. 2 times 3 is 6. A times a squared is a cubed. Negative 1 times 3 is a negative 3a squared. 2 times negative 2 is a negative 4. A times a is a squared. Negative 1 times negative 2 is a 2, and then the a comes down. 2 times 5 is 10. The a comes over. Negative 1 times 5 is a negative 5. Now, when we look here at this rectangle, we've got 2 sets of like terms to combine. We've got our a squareds right here, and then we also have our a's right here. So when you go to write your answer, you've got to think about combining them as well. So you end up with 6a cubed negative 4a squared minus 3a squared is going to be a negative 7a squared. 10a plus 2a is going to be a 12a, and then minus 5. And there's your answer. I hope that kind of helps this feel a lot more confident for you. I'll see you in the last video.